Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions presents Two Idiots Playing War Games, where me and my friend John are the Two Idiots Playing War Games, and also on a Patreon channel called Tales from the Tabletop, which John and I are pretty much building up as we speak. So anyway, today, as usual, I have my character pack from the game Marvel Crisis Protocol. I'm going to be painting today the pack of Angel and Archangel. So here we go. Here's Angel and Archangel. Now, for those of you who read Marvel Comics, you pretty much know these pretty much are the same character, just different iterations. Where Angel is just the original. Now let me tell you, these wings. Who was it a bitch to get them on? Yeah, they, there's like one little tab that goes into the back of the character, and it was kind of hard to get it to stay. That's why I don't record myself putting these things together. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would be amusing for you to watch me to get all frustrated, and, but that's not the type of videos I like to put out. And the same thing with Archangel, because it's like here, you have this piece that was separate, but then these fit into it. And the first time I tried putting it together, I got the one side in, then I tried to put in the other side, and it pushed the other side out, and then it pushed the whole thing off. I had to do it all over again. But anyway, as you can see, those pieces are not primed. So today is going to be interesting because we are having a bit of weather today, so it's been high winds and occasional rain. So, so when I'm done here, I'm going to see what it's going to be like outside, whether or not I'm going to prime it outside. If I can't prime it outside, what I might do is do it in my back doorway, and I don't know if I'm going to record that because it might be a little bit awkward. So we'll see what happens. So if you come back and I'm saying that, if I come back and I say the primer's dry, then you know I couldn't record it. But if I come back and I'm doing it, you know the weather gave me a break for a little bit. All right, so stay tuned and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back, and the weather's actually pretty good out here to do some priming. So, let's just get to it, right? So, here we go with Angel and Archangel. Okay? Priming always goes fast. And if it doesn't, you're not doing it right. Just gotta make sure you get to every little nook and cranny. Try to get underneath. Try to get underneath everything you're supposed to get underneath. Alright? And as always, if it looks like it's on too much, just let it settle in and it'll eventually be good. And that's it for these. So once this primer dries, we're going to come back with some base coating, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Hello, and welcome back. The primer is now dry, and we're going to get started on Angel and Archangel. So let's just get to it and get to the base coat. Alright, do that. And I probably should point you a little bit more towards the workspace. Okay. Alright. So let's start with Angel. Alright, so for the most part, let's see. Let's start with the red, because we're going to need a whole heck of a lot of white on it as well. Okay. All right. So, as always, I consult the box, and on the mini here, they also have kind of like pretty definite edges as to where some of the colors begin and end. So just trying to get it all in as much as possible. All right. So for Angel, of course the wings are going to wind up being white, and a good part of the costume is going to wind up being white. With you know, with I almost said gray, with the red that I'm putting in right now. So it's just got to be very careful, because I know the red color can bleed through a lot of the other colors. Alright, so now we get a little bit up here. Alright. So, just so you know, I mean, I'd usually do these videos in clusters, like I'll do a bunch at a time. And today is no different. But there's going to be one video in particular that I did excuse me, that I did pretty much in tribute to my cat Logan. And yeah, because he unfortunately he had to be put to sleep. And it was a decision that I did not take lightly, and it was a decision I really didn't want to have to make, but I did have to make it, and I made it. So I decided to do a little tribute video to him, because I know I've spoken. I must have spoken about him on this channel quite a bit, and I think on the channel I do with my friend John, Tabletop Jones Productions, I know that a few times he's appeared on it, because he just jumped up onto the chairs while we were doing a segment. Alright, so that's all I need the red for. I forgot to grab a napkin. Just to wipe the brushes clean. Oops, keeps happening. Okay. So anyway, check that video out, if you can. Although, I just have to say, I just before I made this video, I was looking for some music, because I'm going to be posting a bunch of pictures of him. And I have to admit, I pretty much had to stop for a while and compose myself. Alright, let's get started here on Archangel. We got so for Archangel, it's, dark blue, and it's like these little ridges in here that are going to be colored in purple. Alright, but I know the face is going to be a light blue color. So yeah, we got pretty much for him, it's going to be a lot of little subtleties, once the base coating is finished, and just got to try to keep a very steady hand to do it all. So I guess we'll see how steady I can keep my hand. Okay, all right. And I felt fortunate that I was able to do the priming when I did, because just now I'm sitting here painting and I hear the wind blowing. I hear the wind gusting up outside. So, yeah, I feel like I was fortunate to be able to get that done. Whoops. Well, all right. So yeah, I got a little bit of the blue on the wings, but the wings I'm going to be painting over in a very heavy metallic color, so that'll be covered up. Okay, just about done with the base coat for Archangel. I have to take a little break at that point to let it dry so we can continue. Okay. All right. So that's got to, we got to let that dry. So let's see about Angel. Let's see if we can do anything else now. All right. So for Angel, you know what? I'm gonna wait because I don't want to take a chance of messing this up. So the Angel, basically, what I didn't paint the red is going to be painted white, well, with the exception of the face and the hair, of course. The wings are going to be white, and this like cloud-like thing he's on top of, it's going to be, I guess I can make that a white, and then the rest is going to be gray. So this is probably going to be done a lot faster than Archangel. All right, so let me get that off my head. All right, so let's let that paint dry so this way we don't mess anything up. And then when I come back, we're going to continue on a lot of this base coating. So stay tuned and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Giving that paint some time to dry. We're going to we're going to continue with some of this base coating. So let's get right to it, right? Put that on. All right. So let's start off with Angel and the white paint. Maybe I think I didn't wait long enough, but let's just try to get this done anyway. Sorry, I got quiet there. I was trying to concentrate on not messing this up. So, sorry, I keep clearing my throat, but around this time of year, the heat usually dries me out, and find myself clearing my throat a lot. Yeah. Having a forced air system is nice, but this is what it does to me every year. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me finish off the costume. I was about to say I was done with the costume, but let me do the boots. This way all I have left is the wings. All right. All right. Okay. So now that part's done, let's get started on these wings. All right. So I don't know how many of you who are watching have actually read the comics or watched the animated series, because I know in the movies Angel was in there, but they never really told his story. Never, not really. And when they had him, now, okay, so basically this is how he started off. He had these nice natural wings. You know, called himself. I think first he called himself the Avenging Angel, and then just eventually then they just changed it to Angel when he joined the X-Men. So what happened with him was that he got into, and for anybody who remembers the whole bit with the when the Morlocks were basically being wiped out by the Marauders, he was caught by the Marauders and basically kind of like nailed to a wall where his wings suffered like a horrific injury. I got to change this because this is now starting to bleed in with the red, so I got to change to a different brush so I don't have the red on it. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, he was injured pretty severely and wound up losing his wings because I think, if I remember correctly, like a decision had to be made either to amputate his wings or he was going to die. And in the comics, he was like not the same after that, and was like desperately trying to figure out what to do. And then Apocalypse came to him, offering to give him back his wings. I mean, he did in a way, but whoops, dang it. I have to clean that up after. Put too much of the white paint on the brush there. So anyway, in a way he did give him back his wings, but they were severely altered to be, because he was turning him into his angel of death to go along with his whole 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Boy, it seems like no matter what I do with this white today, it's bleeding in with other colors. So I'm going to have to change the brush again. Alright, I'm just going to grab a new one. Sometimes, when in doubt, just take out a new brush. Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, so then he came back as Archangel. Well, first he was Death, the Horseman of Apocalypse, but he did eventually break away from Apocalypse and started calling himself Archangel. And the one thing about his wings, while he was Archangel or Death, however you want to look at it, is they basically became an offensive weapon because they were razor sharp, and they started. I think they emitted these blades that had almost like a paralyzing toxin on. I think it was a paralyzing toxin on them. Because if I remember correctly from the comics, when people were hit by these blades, they couldn't move. All right, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Of course, once I hit these with the wash, they're going to look even better because each and every single feather that's in this is going to be more pronounced when the wash is on it. Alrighty, so you know what? Let's get this thing down here. I mean, I might hit it with another color just to make it stand out as not part of Angel, but it really should be more like a cloud, something something that looks like a cloud. Because when you have the power of flight, where do you go? In the air. What's in the air? Clouds. All right. Okay. All right. So, Angel is almost finished. Let's move on to Archangel. Let's see what we can do there. All right, let's see what we got with Archangel. There's the blue. All right, the blue is mostly, excuse me, the blue is mostly dried. I'm not going to go over it yet with the purple. Figure wait till we're doing details for that. And, well, let's face it, I think most of the details are going to go on Archangel. So let's start off with a nice metallic color. All right, let me get a decent brush for this. Okay. All right, got this flat aluminum. And all right, it's going on okay. I mean, it's a little watery for my taste, but it's going on okay. That's the problem, though, with some of these paints is that certain colors come out very watery, and this is one of them, unfortunately. All right. All right, it's coming on nicely. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is kicking up out there again. So, luckily I don't have to prime anything else. And luckily all that is done. All right. Okay. At the very least, because I think, what is this? This is flat aluminum. This will make the wings look, not only look a bit metal, but nice and shiny. Alright, sorry for that abrupt ending there. The battery went dead and I didn't catch it. Alright, so still working on the base coats for for Angel and Archangel, and so this bit that here that that Archangel is kind of like kneeling on, I'm going to try to get that a little bit. So let's put the metal paint away, and I'm going to take a darker, nice dark gray for that one. I want to make it stand out more. Oh, clean the brush from before. All right. So I'm going to get all this. Did I forget to turn this back on? No, I did not. It is on. Well, the light's getting dimmer, which probably means the battery on this thing is going dead. It's amazing how fast these batteries can start dying. Okay. And there we go. All right. Okay. All right. So I think we should stop there. Let a lot of this paint dry. Because one thing I've learned is that if I don't give it ample time to dry, when I go to do something else, I start rubbing paint off, and it's a pain in the butt. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and when we come back, we're going to start doing some of the details. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back. And we've given that paint some time to dry. We're going to start with some details on Angel and Archangel. So let's get this on and get to it. All right. All right. Let's start with Angel. We don't have much to do. We don't have really that much left to do on Angel, so just basically the yellow for his hair, since he's a blonde, and then flesh tone for his face, and then pretty much any that's pretty much it that's left to be done on him. So, all right, don't really need all that much on the brush. All right. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay. I may have to do a little bit of touch-up because I think I went over the red on part of his forehead. Whoops. All right. All right. So here we go, getting his face done. Yeah. Once that little bit dries, I am going to have to go over just a touch, just a little bit there, because a little, like, blop. So, just about to fix the little bit of the red that I went over accidentally with the yellow paint. All right. So that's pretty much it for Angel for now. So let's take a look at Archangel. Let's see what we got. Well, definitely the most glaring thing that has to be done with Archangel is going to be the purple, because like most, let's see, because like yeah, on the costume there's a lot of purple on his like a big, lot of big. Let me try it again in English, like a big purple design. So I got my purple paint out and get this done. All right. All right. So now there is like raised up portions on the body where the purple paint's got to go. And it's unfortunately it's not showing up as much as I hoped it would. But you know, that is the color that's supposed to be there. All right, so I mean it's like kind of like subtly showing up. But the best thing about that is that if I mess up, it's not easily seen. Do I have this light on? I do have this light on. All right. Let's not put too much on. All right. Like I said, it's not showing up as much as I would have liked. It is kind of very subtle. So it's just, well, we're just going to have to accept it because that's just the way it is. All right. And one little line. All right. Well, doing the best we can with what we got. All right, not too bad. I mean, even though it's not really showing up all that much, and like I said, it's very subtle. It's not that bad. It's not showing up the, I mean, it is showing up on the piece, just not as much as I would have liked. I mean, yeah, if you look at it and you got the light on it, you can see it, but I didn't want to make it a red color, and this is the only purplish color that I got, so I didn't want to kind of like mess with that because I like to try to make things look as authentic as I can, like as close to the original drawings, as as I can. So yeah, that's why I do things the way I do. Now his face though is a light blue, and I do have a light blue right here, and in contrast to everything else, it's probably going to show up a heck of a lot more. So let's just get this on here. All right. So for Archangel, they gave a choice of two different heads. One, one showing, him with his actual hair. The other one with like a hood up. And I chose the one with the hood up because that's how he usually appeared. Was like that. Now let's see what else can we do. So now from the box, these sides of this little pillar that he's on are like a. I mean, it looks like a bronzish color to me, and I do have a bronze jar of paint. So let's just put that on there, right? Why not? All right. I don't know if you can hear the vroom vrooms from outside, but apparently someone is doing a bit of drag racing around the neighborhood. Yeah. Not that I approve of any of that stuff, because that's usually how you get accidents in the neighborhood. Okay. All right. Well, now, that doesn't look so bad. Looks pretty darn good, actually. So, basically now with both Angel and Archangel, I believe we are ready to move on to the base and the wash. So before that, we're going to let all this paint dry, though. All right? So let me... oops, I put it up a little too much. Okay. All right, so like I said, we're going to let that paint dry, and then when we come back, it's going to be the base and the wash, and then it's all finished, and you get to see the finished product. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and next is the base. I just also realized that I didn't do that little bit of correction I had to do on Angel. So first we're going to do the base for Archangel, because I'm going to do each of them a different color. So let's get to it. Okay, so Archangel, I'm going to do it a dark gray. All right. And, that's gonna, whole bunch of new brushes in the mix. So let's use one for this. Okay. Well, I have noticed that since I started doing these videos, I have been getting these paint jobs done a bit quicker, which is good, as long as I do them right, right? You know, it's like in my job. I'll sometimes say to people, you want it done fast or do you want it done right? And it is amazing how many times people have to actually take a moment to decide on that. All right, that there is Archangel. Okay, so now obviously with all this, I can't just jump into the wash because I got to let this paint dry. All right, so first I'm going to get that little tiny bit on Angel. It's right there. Okay, that was it. I forgot to do that earlier. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe I was subconsciously saying to myself, make sure that paint dries so you don't mess up what you just did. All right. Now, let's grab another brush. And for Angel, I'm going to go with a lighter gray. I don't know, it's almost like a subconscious, contrast here because Archangel is supposed to be such a dark character. I did it in a darker gray. And Angel is supposed to be very, like a much lighter type character as far as content by comparison. So we do this in the lighter gray. All right, and I know this lighter gray might be a little harder to see as it's going on, but trust me, it is going on. All right, now for those parts on the base there that look like a manhole cover in a sewer grating, I'm not going to do anything like aluminum or any of that. I'm actually going to use a color called dark iron. All right. All right. And for some reason, these metallic colors always seem to go on very watery. It just seems to be a common thing amongst all these metallic colors. They always seem to go on watery. All right, almost done here. We'll take another break, let this dry, so we don't mess it up when we do the wash. All right. Okay. We are, whoops, we are moving right along. ahead. Okay, so we're going to let all that paint dry, and then we got the wash, and then it's all finished, all right? So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. We've given that paint some time to dry, and now it's just the wash. That's all that has to be done. So let's just get right to it, okay? All right, let's get this down. Okay. So let's start off with Angel. All right, let's get the wings first. See, look at that. You get the wash in there, and suddenly all those feathers start to stand out. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Keep slipping behind it. Oops. One thing I do need to learn is to be sometimes a little bit more subtle with how much of the wash I put on. Alright. Getting very close here. Just gotta get the base now. Alright. That's Angel. Now Archangel. Alright. And it's the same with these wings, you know, you put the wash on and all the little crevices and details start to stand out more. And if any of those guys have been, you know, are watching it at any time, all those guys I used to play the War Machine game with they were basically showing me this and teaching me about the about washing and priming your priming pieces and washing them at the end, to make things stand out. I have to say a big heartfelt thank you, because since I started doing this, pieces that I've done have looked so much better. Things that I could never get to stand out suddenly stand out unbelievably well. And I always would look at, pieces that were, like these minis that were done like on the website, like their company websites, and I would look at them and I would see all the little details standing out, and I would always say, how in the hell are they doing that? Well, I learned. And there we go. Let me put this away. All right, so let's get it on display here. And there we go. Excuse me. Angel and Archangel. Both ready to take the field in Marvel Crisis Protocol. All right, so that's it for today. Please like and subscribe and share this video as much as possible. Also, please check out Tabletop Jones Productions, where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. We haven't posted in a while, but we're going to be posting again soon. And also, please check out, if you're inclined to, it is a pay site, so if you are able to, please check out Tales for the Tabletop on Patreon. It might also be listed under Storytime Jones, because that was the name we were first coming up with. Then we wanted to change it, but I think it kept that name as far as how to find the videos. So, so either one, try either one. You should be able to find it. If not, please tell me in the comments, and I will share the link in the comments. It's about the best I can do. All right. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Again, try to spread this video out as much as possible, and you have a great day and take care of yourself.